All right, well, hello everyone. It's me, Profesor Cañedo here, and I've got a nuts and bolts video for you this morning. And in this video, I want to go ahead and tell you a little bit more about the video review assignment. For this assignment, you're to check out some videos from the Grossmont Library website, their Films on Demand database. There's four different options, four different series of videos that you can choose from, and what I'll do in this video is I'll do two things. First, I'll give you a preview. I'll give you an overview in terms of how to construct the assignment, what it is, the main things I'm looking for in terms of your essay, and of course I'll remind everybody about the key due dates. And then the second part of the video, we'll go ahead and do a search. We'll go into Films on Demand together, and we'll go track down all of those series. So here we are in the opening section in the class where you what you see every morning, every time that you log in. So let's get out of announcements and go to the assignment section, and let's proceed from there. All right, here's all the key information in terms of the due dates, and of course information about the other assignments. I will talk more about these. I'll have other nuts and bolts videos for you coming up within the next couple of weeks. But let's definitely keep our attention on the video review assignment, and you'll notice that there are two due dates. One coming up, in fact, just a month and a half from now, so Friday, October 14th by midnight, and then the second one is Wednesday, December 14th, also by midnight. And keep in mind that for the second part, I'm not going to be able to accept any late submissions because we're definitely right up against the clock in terms of the end of the semester and finals week. But if for some reason any of you need some extra time completing part one, you will have an extra week to complete it, but keep in mind that there will be a late penalty assessed. So in other words, anything that's submitted after October 14th through the 21st, there'll be a full 1 grade deduction. So definitely for the full credit on your assignment, make sure you get your reviews submitted to me right here through Blackboard by Friday, October 14th. And the way to submit your assignments, of course, you just click these black links here and just follow the instructions to upload. Upload your assignments. Remember that all your assignments must be in a Word process in a format such as Microsoft Word or Apple Pages, or even in PDF format. So any of those three formats will definitely be perfect. Just avoid a lot of those older word processing programs like WordPerfect. I don't even know if WordPerfect is still in existence anymore, but definitely anything in Apple Pages, Word, and in PDF, those three formats will be suitable. So just click the black links, follow the instructions to upload your files. Make sure you upload a file. Don't write your essay into a Blackboard itself. So once you do that, click submit, and you're good to go. All right, let's go ahead now and open up the PDF worksheet. And I've already got a tab with a worksheet already lined up. So let's go and open up the second tab, and I'll spend these next few minutes talking about what you have to do for the assignment. So again, what you're to do is go into the Grossmont Library or LRC database section and go to the Films on Demand Master Academic Collection database. I've got it queued up here for you too, so we'll take a look at that together. And you're going to have two different sets of video options per due date. So in other words, for the October due date, you have two sets of videos in which you can choose from. Choose one episode from either of those two sets. And then for the December 14th due date, you also have two sets of videos to choose from, and choose one of the two. And you can definitely access the Films on Demand database from an off-campus computer. So whether you're at home or you got a break at work, your friend or family's house, just make sure you use your Grossmont student ID information or Cuyamaca ID information, and type in your password, and you're good to go. So again, this is the password, the ID information that you have when you got your email account for Grossmont and for Cuyamaca too. But I know there's several of you in the class who are from Cuyamaca. Okay, let's go ahead now and talk about the two options, and I'll start off with option one. So in option one, you have two choices of programs to choose from. One focusing in on the American Revolution series that the History Channel put out around 10 years ago, and another one that that PBS made around also around 10 years ago on the French and Indian War. Now I need to make one adjustment here, one word of warning. Unfortunately, it looks like Films on Demand, or at least Grossmont might have lost the contract, or was unable to afford all 8 episodes listed here. In the past, you could see all 8 episodes listed from the Revolution series, but unfortunately, it looks like only 4 programs are available. So in other words, instead of the 8 that you see here, there are only 4. I'll show you those 4 in just a bit. So I definitely give you a heads up about that. I do apologize for that. I thought all 8 were available, but sometimes these things happen in which, because of licensing fees or a dispute between the school and the Films on Demand people, blah blah blah, all of that fun stuff. Sometimes some entire series get omitted, and other times, in this case, we only have half the program. So unfortunately, these 8 programs, that is, all 8 are not available. Only 4 of the 8 are, but I'll show you those 4 in just a bit. So in other words, instead of choosing one of 8, you choose one of 4 here. But the one series that is completely available is The War That Made America. So what you do is, from either the Revolution or The War That Made America, from the 8 total programs. So remember, it's 4 here instead of 8. So from the 4 available here and the 4 available here, choose one of those 8 total programs, whatever you want, and do a review on that. And keep in mind, everybody, and I've had individuals make this mistake in the past. Don't make the mistake of writing about one episode of the Revolution for the first due date, and then for the next due date, writing about an episode from the War that Made America. You can't do that. You need to choose one episode, only one, from either of these two series, and don't make the mistake of writing about 2. So don't think that, okay, I'll write about the Hornet's Nest episode and the Turning the Tide episode, and I'll turn that in October 14th. No, don't do that either. So again, everybody, of these 2 series, The Revolution and The War That Made America, these 2 series, which make up 8 total programs, 4 here and 4 here, choose only one of those 8. And then give me your summary, your commentary, your thoughts about it. Send it in on October 14th, and you're good to go. Now for the video review part 2, the second part, you've got much more options to choose from. You've got the Civil War series, the legendary one that Ken Burns made about 26 years ago. So there are 9 episodes here to choose from. And then Ken Burns' associate Stephen Ives made this a program about 20 years ago, a great series about the West. We've got nine programs here. So any of these programs about the Civil War or the West, whichever one you want to choose. So here you've got much more options to choose from. So you're a little bit more limited in video review 1, but in video review 2, you've got about 18 total options to choose from. So either anything from the Civil War series or the West series, choose any one of those, all of those programs, and give your review, and that one is sent in on December 14th. All right, now as for the construction of the essay, what I'm looking for, there are 3 main elements that I want you to be looking out for. Well, first off, in terms of the in terms of total pages, 5 to 6 pages total. You can go a little bit more if you need to, 7.5. That's perfectly fine. For this assignment, you don't need a title page and you don't need a works cited page. Just indicate right off the bat and in your opening paragraph which essay you're discussing in the course, which episode you're discussing in the course of your essay. So the first main point that I want you to discuss is give me a summary. Give me the summary of the episode you choose. What is the action? What is the setting? Who are the main personalities at the time? So is this something that includes Washington, Nathaniel Greene? Is this General Lafayette? Are the British involved in? Are the British involved in this? Or if this is an episode from the Civil War, what year is this? Which battle are we talking about here? Is this happening in Antietam? Who were the major protagonists at the time? So in other words, Uh, in roughly about 2 pages, just give me a general sense in terms of what the episode is all about. Now, the second point of reference is to comment on the historical context of the program. So, in other words, what is the time frame of the videos? What is happening politically in the United States at the time? Um, what do people believe in terms of culture, religion, society? That is, who are the different ethnicities being discussed? Does this video talk about Native Americans? Is there coverage of African Americans? To cover part two, I would highly recommend that you go into the Who Built America text and use information from the text to give you a source, a vantage point, a frame to discuss. Part two. So whichever topic the book is looking at, whatever information from the Who Built America text that backs up that time period, that gives you a good vantage point, definitely incorporate that. So in other words, for part two, try to dig a little bit deeper, and the Who Built America text is definitely your main source in which to accomplish that. And then for part three, finally, here's where you give me your overall thoughts about the videos. What do you think about them? Did you like them? Or did you like the episode? Did you dislike it? Did it move too slowly? Was it just plodding along, or did you like the fact that it was detailed? Do you think that maybe more could have been discussed about certain topics or issues? Give me the overall strengths or weaknesses. How did the video contribute to your understanding of early American history? And especially when you get into the second, especially if you're covering a Civil War video, do you see connection with modern times, with modern United States history and politics, especially, of course, given the election stuff that's going on right now? So if you can find a way to make a connection between your episode and modern times, definitely do that too. So if you spread out all those three major elements over 5-6 pages, I think you'll definitely have a very good essay. And remember, please make sure you have clear and coherent paragraphs. Don't get into the habit of making excessively long ones. So don't make your paragraphs longer than a page. Don't make paragraphs which last 2 pages or more. I've seen that happen over the years. I definitely don't want to see that happen here. And definitely avoid paragraphs that are extremely short, like 3 sentences or less. If you keep your paragraphs within the range of about half a page to maybe 3/4, more than 3/4, like 7/8 of a page length each paragraph, that'll be a good basis in which to follow a good rule of thumb. And of course, watch out for mechanics issues. Make sure you avoid things such as bad subject-verb agreement, run-on sentences, sentence fragments. Avoid errors in grammar and punctuation. So as long as you keep all of that in mind, I foresee a lot of great essays that will be coming in my direction. And one final note too about mechanics. In your first paragraph, excuse me, in your first paragraph, please indicate, or at least give me an overall sense of what you're trying to accomplish in your essay. Don't start your essay immediately by summarizing your episode. No, don't do that. Wait for your second paragraph to do that. Your first paragraph should be an overview in terms of what it is you want to accomplish, what is the overall scope of your essay, what elements you want to try to discuss. So if you have your opening paragraph about a half a page, give me a broad overall sense of what it is you want to do, and then in your second paragraph, then get going and start summarizing your episode. And conversely, in your concluding paragraph, give me about a half a page in which you wrap up all your thoughts, talk about the scope of the assignment. That is, try to bring in all the main points that it is you wanted to discuss, and basically wrap up everything in one neat little package, so to speak. So as long as you have good introductory and concluding paragraphs to basically bracket or bookend the body of your text, I think that'll be a great. I think you'll be in great shape to have a very strong essay. Okay, again, here are the due dates here again. Okay. Oh, disregard this. I said please include a title page for each of your reviews. Okay. You don't need to worry about a title page. Okay, actually, let me clear that up. Okay, let me clear up this point once for all. I'm sorry I didn't mention this earlier. So this is the official news once and for all. Yes, please include a title page. I got this mixed up a little bit with one of my Southwestern classes. That happens when you're that happens when you have classes all over the map, so to speak. But yes, please include a title page. And obviously the title page, I have your name, but you don't need a works cited page. So don't put in a works cited page, but definitely please include a title page. I'm sorry I didn't make that clear earlier. And double space your reviews, and the combined total of your assignment will count as 20% to your total grade with each submission counting as 10% of your overall grade. Okay, now that we got all of that administrative nuts and bolts stuff out of the way, let's go find our videos. So what we do is, if we go back into Blackboard, I have a link for the Grossman LRC database. So we'll click that, and again, if you're on an off-campus computer, it'll take you to the link in which you have to put in your password and ID information. So do that, and then it'll take you directly into the database you're looking for. So we want Films on Demand Master Academic Collection. So if you were up here toward the top of the database list, scroll all the way down to F, and Master Academic Collection, Films on Demand. We'll click that, and let's go ahead and find